Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, and let's make it a great 2015, folks. This quote is by Maya Angelou. I believe the most important single thing beyond discipline and creativity is daring to dare. Yesterday's gone. Tomorrow's not here. What are you doing right now? Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 42. NASDAQ off 23. S&P's down 9. Gold contract up $17 at $1,199 an ounce. Silver up 44 cents at $16.22 an ounce. Platinum up 14 at $1,216 an ounce. Copper up 2.5 pennies at $2.85 a pound. Light sweet crude up 28 cents at $53.89 a barrel. Bonds, you have the 10-year up 5 ticks, 126.18. 30-year up 8 ticks, 144.04. King dollar down 216 ticks at 90.28. You got the euro flat at 121, and the yen is down 1.11 at 119.56. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? We're at 2082. And what's going to get intriguing here is that all this cash S&P has to do, folks, is get back inside 2079.47, and that would get you kicking off into the 2015 new year down to 1972. And then, of course, what we have still out there to be tested is the October 15th swing low of 1820. Bottom line, my take, that's where we're going. And that's where we're going, like, as soon as we start 2015. Dow Industrials, flat market out here. You're down 41. You're at 17,997. Inside the lower range is 17,991. You're right next to it. NASDAQ Composite. What do we have with the Composite? Composite down 23 bucks. The Composite didn't get over the highs. The Composite, we're at 4783, and that high was out there at 4810. We got to 4014. That tested the high on the 26th. Dramatically lighter volume. Didn't handle it. Volume-wise out here, we're actually pulling back on light volume. We'll have a little bit heavier than yesterday, but it's still light volume. We're at 335 million right now on the NYSE. We take a look at the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is at 943. Now, what will happen with the NASDAQ will have volume on the pullback, which is going to be a little divergence, meaning that you have that expansion going down. That's saying the NASDAQ's going to continue going down. The three Qs have done 12 million shares out here. They're going to probably do, 12 million. They're going to do maybe about 17, 18 million today. The three Qs didn't make it over their high. The high of the three Qs, the NDX 100, was 106.24. That got to a price point on Friday of 105.26. The SPY, we stay with the SPY. What do you have with the SPY? The SPY is at 207.87, and that's still over the high because it's 208.47. Gold contract. What do we have with gold? Guess what, folks? Since November 7th, you've had 4 different signs of strength in the gold market. Got one today, have one today, and the one you have today is really sweet because the equities are leading this contract. Thus far, we've done 129,000 contracts in the gold market. It hit 1210. You're at 1198 right now. This next expansion up will bring gold up to the 1256 mark. And what I expect we're going to see very quickly, too. You know, I say very quickly, 2-3 weeks, you're going to be banging up into this 1347 area inside the gold market. We go take a look at silver. What we have with silver. Silver's going to need more juice, but silver's acting all right today. Silver has 32,000 contracts out here today. Gold is still stronger than silver at this particular point. The first level up that I suspect we're going to get in silver is this 1735 level, and what you'd like to see inside the silver market is another wide price spread accelerated volume. The oil market. Oil is still dead in the water, folks, okay? Oil out here today, sideways move, 196,000 contracts. Oil's running down to 50 bucks. I suspect, who knows what's going on, but oil wants to actually go to $35, folks, okay? When we take a look at this continuous contract, here's divergence, and the divergence is pretty intense. Because what you do have is that the correlations that folks always like to do is between oil, gold, the dollar. Bottom line, folks, okay, is that gold's going higher, oil's going lower, dollar's going lower. We're at 53.83 right now, and the high of the low of 2008 is 54.62. It just can't get out of the way, man. And, you know, so I suspect that $32.40 is going to get hit, and that is bizarre. There's no doubt about that. But the way this is trading, particularly what you have is this. See, when you go down or go up, and then you start stalling, and that's what oil is doing right now, it's stalling, stalling, stalling. That's building cause for lower price. Bond market, what do we have with bonds? Bonds, you're going to have higher price, lower yield. Bonds out here today, the 10-year up 5 ticks. You are at 126.17. And this little baby wants to get up and test out the October 15th high, which is at 129.28. The 30-year is just lugging everything higher. U.S. The 30-year absolutely refuses to back off that that October 15th time frame. What you have out there in 146, you're at 144.08. And 146.16 has already got hit once. It's going to get up there. It's building cause right now to get hit again. But what it looks to me like is that this is going to be just a monster ABC structure on the top side. King dollar. Okay, now we're going to bisect and dissect King dollar, because King dollar, folks, okay, is at 90.27. If we take a look at the continuous contract, what you have is this. The continuous contract in King dollar looks that it wants to test the highs of 2005. We've already tested the highs of 2008, 9, and 10. And the spike high in 09 is 89.71. The spike high in 2005 is 92.53. Now, we've hit 90.66. You know, it looks like it wants to test it. But with that said, you know what? It's not going to matter in the metals market, because the gold contract, the gold equities, flat out, have not pulled back even with the dollar at those highs. What that's telling me, okay, now let's go over to the euro for a second. Because when I'm looking at the euro, it's like, you know what? We've gone straight down for 8 months. The dollar's gone straight up for 8 months. Coming into 2015, guess what we're going to get, folks? We're going to get intervention. And it's going to be our Treasury Department. Now, that's my speculation. If you get the gold report, you know that's what I put in there today. But the more I keep looking at this, technically it's set up correctly for a pullback. Fundamentally, it's a whole different ballgame. Because fundamentally, if you look around the world out here last night, the European markets, the Asian markets got hit pretty good. When I say pretty good, 1.5%. 1.75%. This strong dollar, you're going to hear the hypocrisy behind large corporations, large American corporations, that they had it with the strong dollar, folks. Because, you know, what you also have is this. So check this out. You're hearing on a continual basis from all the analysts, and all the analysts are basically saying that the S&P earnings next year are going to basically have the market go up another 10%. And it's one after the other after the other. Well, you know what? What they're absolutely not doing, okay? And, hey, maybe they did that analysis, that fundamental analysis, you know, 7 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago. Because what you're going to have, folks, is this. The energy stocks, the energy suppliers, they've gone from a positive, they'll lose money hand over fist. That S&P estimate, if you're a fundamentalist, that's going down the tubes. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. 877-927-6648. Dow Industrials down 46. Nasdaq's off 25. S&Ps are off 9.5. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock in option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on Chinese stocks, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
How would you feel if you had a powerful decision-making tool that has the ability to find high-probability trading opportunities across multiple time frames in equities, currencies, and futures? Search no more. Take advantage of the best trade with the TAS Profile Scanner. Trade with confidence and clarity while using the software that thousands of institutional traders rely on to help them make the best and most accurate decisions. Scan over 1,000 equities, currencies, and futures instruments for high-probability trading setups utilizing the TAS architecture. As seen on Bloomberg terminals worldwide, the TAS Profile Scanner is a benchmark technical filtering system that thousands of traders rely on, and now you can too. For a limited time, for TFNN subscribers only, we've reduced the price to just $97. That's over 75% off. Subscribers will also gain access to the December 9th workshop with John Logan. There's no obligation to pay anything. Get your 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner today by signing up at TFNN.com. Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. And as we were talking about, the analysts fundamentally, they're saying the S&P is going to make so much money. I just want to show you something just in general of the type of beating that is being taken in the oil market and the service market, but also that this was a heads up before the fact, okay? People that are in this market know it. And one of the stocks, okay, it's CVEO, folks, okay? This stock was spun off in June at $23.25 by one of the oil service companies, okay? So check this out. It's spun off at 23 bucks. When you look, and I'm just talking fundamental now, but when you look at their numbers, right? So in 2011, and what this company does, by the way, okay, is that it provides accommodations for workforces. Okay, so you know, I've seen these because when I was up in Anchorage years ago, I've seen plenty of oil camps. Okay, and what ends up happening there, they're called man camps. Okay, and a huge amount of housing, movies, lots of food, and that's it. Okay, because in Anchorage, in Canada, I mean Alaska in general, you'd work 2 weeks and go back 2 weeks. That's how it worked. Bottom line is this: this company, this company's imploding today, but when I was looking at it, I just wanted to see how they pushed this out to the public, and this is what they did. 2011, it had a revenue of $864 million. 2012, $1.1 billion. Well, guess what? 2013, it was $1 billion. And when they pushed it out to the public, it was going down. It was at $920 million. Bottom line, the stock goes from June till today to $3.93. And guess what? This thing's toast. Toast. It's done. Okay? Bottom line is that you're going to see, not that the large integrateds are going to be done, but when you get an downdraft in the market like we just had and we have had in oil and the oil services, the amount of money that's going to get not put into development and services is huge. Now, folks, let's go over to our man, Mr. Basil Chapman at the Chapman Wave. Don't forget, every trading day, Basil has a great show right here at TFNN, 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time. Also has a great newsletter. You can test drive it. 30 days, absolutely free. The way you do it, go to TFNN. Go to newsletters, go to trading newsletters, you see the opening call right there. Basil Chapman, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Doing great. You having a good day? Ready for a good new year?
I certainly am, and a happy new year to everyone, all the listeners, and certainly we want to make it a great 2015.
No doubt, man. So, hey, first give me a weather report up in Boston.
It started to get very cold. We still have not a smidgen of snow on the ground. Can you believe that?
Well, you know what's hard to believe is that when I was working out with Nico this morning, he told me that it was snowing in Las Vegas, so I can't wait to have Andy on later, and I gotta hear this. It's not snowing in Boston, folks, and it's snowing in Las Vegas. That's pretty intense.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah.
Crazy. Okay, so what are we looking at here?
Well, a couple of things. First, I just want to mention that tonight over at MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, I'll be the guest speaker at the Boston Investors Group annual meetup. This is the holiday party meetup, and meet at 7 o'clock, and then at 8 o'clock I'll be the guest speaker. So looking forward to that. That's over. I'll say it's at Building E51, room 315, 70 Memorial Drive, Cambridge, just off the corner of Memorial Drive, and it's really easy to get to, and there's lots of parking. So I'm looking forward to it. We always have a great time, and the questions that come up
are always a good time. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
and I see everyone. I saw it part of the email. So everyone's bringing a treat. Is that what that?
Well, what happens is people who come bring something, just anything. You don't have to. It's not obligatory, but evidently this is just a tradition. Sure. So people bring a soda or cake or some sandwiches, whatever it is that they would like people to participate in, and then there's the meeting. So it's an open invitation, and we always have a great crowd. And I'm looking forward. This is a particularly prescient time to be looking at the markets, and I'm showing you the Dow chart here. And one of the reasons you just spoke about the dollar, you spoke about gold. Look what's going on here. When I look at the Dow, and this is the chart that I'm showing,
yes,
it shows the daily on the left. This is what I show my subscribers every day. And then on the middle, you've got the weekly chart.
Okay.
On the right, you've got the monthly chart.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to work a little bit backwards here. This is leg E. It might be an alternate wave count. I don't even need to think about what the count is because the technicals are extremely strong. It's way above that black line. That is the 9-period exponential moving average with a support at 17,168. Right now we're at 17,992, up down 45 points. And this is very interesting because I had spoken to, I'm just going to expand this chart. I had spoken to you about the 43-month cycle that went from the peak F top in the Chapman wave at 14,198 in October of 2007 down to the low of March of 2009 at 64.69, and then back up to the peak D top of May of 2011 at 12.87. Now we've got another cycle, and that starts the next period of the wave count, and we decline. and you go down to 10,404, October of 2011. So you've got the top of May of 2011, you've got the bottom of October, and now the 43rd month, this is leg E, and there isn't a sign yet of breaking down. So it'll be a very positive thing if we extend past this December high, and anytime in January, whether it's the 1st or 2nd or whatever it is, in January, if we make a new recovery high, that extends leg E so that you cannot get a peak until at least 1 month later. So I can exclude that because so far, all the positives going to the close of December so far are very good. Now the weekly chart comes up, and the weekly chart says, everything about the chart suggests that the 15,855 low that was made on October the 15th, that was a low of significance because we've gone to new all-time highs in the Dow. And this is leg C, and it'll be peak C if by Friday we do not go above 18,103. But what's interesting is the S&P is one letter behind. It's only in B. That suggests to me, and this is why it's going to be such an interesting talk tonight, because we're going to go through all these different charts. It suggests to me that we should rally into January, whether it's the third week of January, or I'm not sure exactly yet because I need to see how the wave count unfolds, but we should rally into January. It doesn't say how high, but other techniques say it, and this dashed red line and the green line there suggest that this is the resistance right from, so it'll be next week, so right from 18,230 to about 18,430 is going to be what I call the inside track resistance area, and it's been a very good indicator of resistance so far. Then you get to the daily chart, and that's where we are right now, and what I anticipated for subscribers to my opening call was that we should see a decline at a peak A. It should hold at or above the 9-period moving average, that's the black line of 17,901. And the moment we go above 18,103, that'll start leg B. So here I'm looking at cycles that say in the daily chart, we should go to a letter D, and you can't do that before at least the end of next week. So that's a positive. The weekly chart is suggesting that even if you get a peak D in the daily, you should hold support very nicely somewhere between 17,900, 17,800. We'll see about that. And then move on to higher highs in the weekly. So on the short to, well, I don't know whether I can call it intermediate term, but at least going into late January, things are looking very well.
Yeah,
so
you're a raging bull.
Well, at least going into the first part of January, I am.
Hey, listen, folks, MIT tonight, go over and go see our man, Mr. Basil Chapman. Basil, you have a great night, safe night, and, of course, look for a show tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Tom, and you too.
You know what's
Okay,
cool?
bye-bye.
Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Technomental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at tfnn.com.
Welcome back, folks. We get the Dow down 33, NASDAQ off 24, S&Ps are off 8.5. Let's go to Dave in Clearwater. Hey, Dave, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, how you been?
I'm doing great, man. Happy New Year.
Yeah, same to you. Same to you, man. Did you have a good Christmas?
Yes, it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome, no doubt.
Yeah, it was spectacular for me because bought myself a new ride.
Oh, that's
nice.
A beautiful thing. You can catch up with your wife now.
Yes. It's the I'm telling you, man. It's I got to get some vanity license plates that say Nat Gas 1 and Nat Gas 2.
Oh, I love it.
Just get like some vanity plates. So yeah, it's tell you, man. I really like. You well know. I really like enjoy trading natural gas because when it goes, it goes.
It does. So this is the second car you bought in natural gas because the first one you bought your wife, right?
Yes, the first one I bought my wife, that one because
and
of the
that's where the gas is going up, and this one's going down. I love it, man. That's freaking great.
I know, dude. Don't get me wrong. The first one going up, I paid cash for that. This one, I put about 50% down.
That's all right.
And took a loan on the rest. But yeah, because gas didn't go parabolic the way it did last winter time.
Yes.
But it's a nice ride, man. I got a brand new ATS. It's buying American rides these days. But
that's awesome, man. Congratulations. That's huge.
Thanks, man.
Huge.
Appreciate it. I asked you to take a look at CCJ, but one of the things, if we got a sec, that I do want to ask is from, going back to gold for a minute. You mentioned, and I know when you're queuing off of your reports, you're doing off the continuous contract.
Right.
Me and I have to go off of, pretty much string the various contracts alone. But you had mentioned that you see, and I'm sure this is probably with the continuous 4 signs of strength. When I look at the GCG5 as well as the GCG4, I see 5 signs of strength. And
good.
Substantial signs of strength. I got just a real quick, on November 7th,
that's the first
wide
one,
price spread, boom, 287,000 contracts. So that's our first significant sign of strength.
Yes.
Plus, it forms a morning star formation on the candle, because we got the down candle, then the sideways candle, and then the move higher.
Yep.
And then we got our second sign of strength on the 14th at 283,000 contracts. And then when we move into the G5 contract, on December 1st, we have monster, absolute monster size, 327,000 con. To me, that was officially,
that's the big one. There's no doubt. There's no doubt.
Yeah, now the downtrend's over with. So we got that, and then so that would be our third one. And then a smaller one, but to me it's significant just the same, is the December 9th contract.
No, that's right.
Again on the G5 at 228,000. And then we've got today. And if you draw a trend line...
we're saying the same thing then. I might have said it wrong. Today was the 5th one. I knew we had 4 signs of strength. That's what I was saying. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And what you have here, what you also have here, too, folks, is this. This is what's going on. When you break, like when we broke on, October 6th, Dave, right? October 6th, folks, okay, we got to a price point of 1184. Then we went up and we went topside, and we had a nice little sign of strength. We had one that didn't hold, and that was on the 8th. And then we had one that did hold up to 1250 on the 15th. And then you broke down. And I've seen that dozens of times, man, that it likes to, not just gold, just in general, when you are making a good bottom, that normally happens, okay? They bring everyone in, then they trash it one more time, hit it down again, see if there's any other stops below it, and then you have it. So that is what would take the theory and analysis that it does want to run to 1347, and it's still, everyone's still a non-believer, even the people that like gold, which is perfect. Okay, that's
that's exactly what you want. And then to take everything you just said. Okay, here's another one. It's a buy currently on the 618. Retracement, coming off of the November 7th low point. Again, that's stringing the G5 and the Z4 contracts. Again, I don't know what the continuous shows. I don't have access to that.
Right.
When you string those two contracts, you have a buy currently at the 618.
Yep.
Okay. You have your second morning star formation that started with the down candle on the 22nd of December, 2 sideways days, and then a sign of strength on the 26th, price-wise, not volume-wise, but it's the day after Christmas. You're not going to get much volume. So you get your second morning star formation, right? Then in addition to all of that, if you draw a trend line, but wait, this is like the Ginsu steak knife commercial, Tom. But wait, there's more. How much bullish signs would you have? If you take the downtrend line from July 10th down, it broke the downtrend line today.
Yeah.
And this is all while the dollar is going north. So
I know.
To me, awesome. I don't know. I might be, I know you're a bull too, and maybe there's other people that are laughing at me right now as they're listening to this. But man, strong like bull, strong like bull, strong like bull. I'm long. I've been long the contract since the first.
Yeah, I think
December,
this is what's really wild, folks, okay? I think there's going to be a straight line move, man. And whatever is happening, I'm telling you, I think there's going to be a straight line move that's going to shock people, And, I haven't been bullish like this in a long time in the gold market, but I can see how this is trading, man. This thing wants to go, and it wants to really go. And, Dave, I stopped thinking about it, right? I mentioned this at the beginning of the show. Greece is falling apart again. Right? And it's not going to take much for Europe to fall apart. And, the dollar, it almost looks to me, you know what? We haven't had intervention in a long time. And the Treasury's probably just primed. So we'll see. But don't be surprised if you wake up one of these mornings, folks, and gold's up $50 and the dollar, or $100 and, the dollar's down.
I agree completely, but probably for an additional reason above me on that. And I realize, I talked about this in the past, and you disagree with me, but I'm anticipating at some point in time, and sooner rather than later, currency is going asset-backed again, which will put enormous juice in the gold. But anyways, if you wouldn't mind, because I don't want to take up too much time, I appreciate you letting me talk so long. Switching over to Cameco Corp, symbol CCJ.
Yeah.
I bought it on the 18th, and I was just curious. Are you still? You'd mentioned last time we were talking that you traded this. You kind of keep an eye on it.
I do.
Did you go long, or what are you looking at?
I'm waiting. I sent this out too. I'm waiting. I think that with the way I like how this is traded. First off, and this has the same characteristics that we were just talking about. Because what you had, folks, is this: you come into a bottom on October 16th. That was 1550. You had a beautiful sign of strength, and a few of them too. Not just one. You had one on the 23rd. You didn't get the price spread, but you get the volume in it. Of October. You had a break topside on November 7th. It was a follow-through on November 10th and on the 11th, and then the stock fell apart again, went from $19 down to $14, dramatically lighter volume. Then you came back inside the range, came back inside that 1550, so that's telling me that you get a nice bottom in. I think what it looks to me, and this is what I put in the report today, Dave, is at 1550, I'm waiting for 1550 for a retest, man. And just because it's the deviance inside this deal, do you know what I mean? Right.
Because the thing is, I get your goal report but I'm quite pleased with myself right now that I am tracking a stock that Tom O'Brien's recommending in his Insights report. So hey,
it's a beautiful thing, brother.
That's a compliment, man. I'll take that as a compliment any day of the week. So
it's a beautiful thing.
All right, man. All right.
Hey, listen.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you taking the call.
Congratulations, man. That's a beautiful thing.
I'm telling you, I was shocked when I was in the showroom because I was looking at BMWs, I was looking at Audi, and I decided to pull them through the Cadillac, and just because they're good-looking rides, and I got to tell you,
they're beautiful, man. They're gorgeous. No, totally.
Take that ATS for a ride.
Yeah.
What an absolute gem of American engineering.
Yeah, it's a beautiful-looking car,
too, man. It's a patriotic American, Tom. I'm just glad to see us back in the game, man.
It's a beautiful thing, brother.
Thanks, bud.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. And, if you don't know the story, folks, okay, this is a great story, too. He surprised his wife, I think it's like a couple years ago now, when the gas market was running topside, he bought her an Escalade, and it showed up in the driveway, folks. And I know Dave. He's been in my office. I mean, he's a great guy. He's a hard worker. He's a great trader. It's pretty wild. Let's go to Mark in Fort Collins. Hey, Mark, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
Doing great, man. You having a good day out there?
A little cold.
It's cold, huh?
Yeah, I was in the Big Island, and 80-some degrees, and I come back to Denver, and it's Fort Collins. It's about 0 with a wind chill of about -10. So a little shock to the system here.
That is a shock to the system. Well, particularly coming off of Hawaii back to the mainland, it's a shock to the system, period, right? I mean, there's no doubt, man. So, dry ships, right?
It had a couple signs of strength. Got up to $1.36. It had a 60-cent run, then a 50% retracement on lighter volume. What do you think?
Let's go take a look at it. Okay, so dry ships, folks. Okay, it's a offshore drilling bulk business and a bulk carrier. The lows 76 cents. The highs 473. It's a close call, man. I bought Diana. Okay, DSX. Okay, we bought that a couple days ago.
Okay.
And this is what let me just show you what the difference is. The difference is I guess the difference isn't that much. Yeah, it looks to me like if we just stay with Diana for a second, I think that's setting up that you're at 670. It wants to run to 720. Just stay right there with us, okay?
Okay.
It's going to short break, folks. We're going to be back. We're going to be bisecting and dissecting dries. And as Mark says, okay, it has that sign of strength. It does want to go back to 136. And you're at 107. You're up there at 35 million. We got 13 million. Yeah, it looks like the same setup. Stay right there. We'll come right back.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman wave sequence. Using the Chapman wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders, take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials are down 39. Nasdaq's off 27. S&Ps are down 7. We're talking with Mark from Fort Collins, and we're talking about dry ships, folks. DRYS. It's a dry shipper. It's trading at 107. Yeah, you know, they like to trade together, I guess, Mark. And, you know, we do have, this is trading the same way. You know, you're back today with 13 million, going into 27. What we do want to see, I can tell you this is what I think is going to be hard, and this is with me owning DSX also, is that coming into the first of the year, it's like, okay, man, you know, I suspect the market wants to get pulled back a bit. It's like, well, are they going to take these with them for the next leg down? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I figured it was worth the reward versus the risk, because what you do have is that these can go dramatically higher, not in a small way. You know, just on a dead cat bounce because they've got killed. You know what I mean? So like Dries, you know, Dries is at $1, and you know the extension, you know, is like $1.40 before, you know, basically we even getting any flack. You know what I mean? That could just be a dead cat bounce.
Yeah, I was thinking you might want to come up and test that big volume doji type day.
Exactly. And I'm saying the $1.40 is only the bottom of that. The top of that, folks, is $1.86. You know, and you know, I'm sure Mark has traded before. I've traded before. This equity likes to just lay there. Then all of a sudden, boom, it goes. You know, and what you have in Dries, okay, is that you know, that $3.69 to $5 is good looking up there. You know. You know.
Yeah, I was worried about maybe there was some long-term weekly or monthly ABC downs that I wasn't catching, and wondering if it was going to zero.
No, listen, you know, this is the problem inside that market, okay, is that they can go to zero. What the difference is, okay, so now watch this, folks. Dry ships, they're a dry bulk carrier. You know, you're talking about iron ore, coal, grains, bauxite, steel products. Now watch. Let's go over to Valley, V-A-L-E. And what's happening is that the reason I'm going to Valley, okay, is Valley is a huge iron ore, one of the largest iron ore producers in the world, okay? The stock has got killed. It's trading at $8.29 right now. The stock has gone down from just the last leg down was $36 to $8, okay? So that's the bad news. The good news is that you're at $8.28. All the stock has to do, not all it has to do. So it's tested the 2008 lows, and it has done that with lighter volume. The reason I haven't bought it yet is that I want to see it get inside $8.56. It's at $8.28. And the reason for that, folks, is this, is that once it gets back inside there, you know that it's rejected lower price, and it has dramatically lighter volume. This month, we're going to come in with $660 million, and you're talking about $1.5 billion. And it had a nice small sign of strength on the 19th, you know, so it's like, okay, man. You know,
inside 880, aren't those the lows?
Yeah, yeah. And so watch, when you put this together, if Valley's off the bottom, right? Valley probably is one of Dry Ship's largest customers.
Right.
You know, this is how this works, folks, because iron ore itself, you can't make steel without iron ore. And iron ore has gone down, you know, it's lost half its value, I believe, wholesale. You know, but I was looking at this today, and I almost bid on it today, and I said, nope, I'm going to still wait for that to get inside that range, because what you do have is that once it's inside that range, your reward stays the same, but your risk value goes down dramatically, that you're going to get burnt on the stock, you know, so.
Right.
Cooking, brother.
Thanks.
Okay, have a great one. Have a safe one. And if you want to see, you know, I talked about at the beginning of the show, the aspect of what's going to happen, or what is happening, not what's going to happen, what's happening right now with the oil and the oil service companies, and the amount of money that they're not going to make, versus if it was 2 months ago what they were going to make. So check this out. This is pretty sick, and this probably is not a full indication of what's going on in the Balkan Shield out in South Dakota, but this probably has more to do with bad management and just the amount of wealth that was created very quickly. So check this out. A private club in North Dakota's Balkan Shield that once charged membership fees as high as $25,000 and served jumbo shrimp. Big deal, they served jumbo shrimp. Everyone served jumbo shrimp. Anyway, okay, was evicted this month and a sign that oil's plunge is undercutting the region's go-go years. So how do you charge $25,000 for a membership fee for a club and then get evicted? The Balkan Club was ordered on December 17th to vacate its premises on Williston's Main Street after failing to pay rent. State court records show the club owed $21,598 plus $1,300 in late fees. What a joke. The eviction in the capital of the oil field set off a record surge in U.S. output. The benchmark for U.S. crude, of course, is trading at $50. But check, this is like, where is this? Okay, so I love it, Mr. Bill. Oh, this is pretty good. I got it. Okay. It's yeah, being from Boston and living in Florida, I guess I have jumbo shrimp all over the place. Sorry. He's explaining that in South Dakota it's harder to find jumbo shrimp, which is absolutely true, I'm sure. Okay, the Balkan Club featured Tuscan-style menu, linguine, roasted rack of lamb, a 30-foot hardwood bar. Man, they must be in the middle of nowhere because this is stuff that we're used to, right? Everywhere, I guess. A 30-foot hardwood and copper bar, 5 high-def TVs, meeting rooms, an airport shuttle. The cheapest membership costs $5,000 with a $250 monthly food minimum, while the highest level is commanded $25,000. And then, so check this out. This is pretty sick. They must have had a fight with the landlord a long time ago, because in a court filing, the club accused the landlord of failing to return a security deposit, entering unannounced and neglecting the property sidewalks and landscaping. The landlord also undermined the business by posting on the club's Facebook page saying that the kitchen makes everything from a box and the food is terrible. And they only have 2 members. Yeah, I love it. I mean, at that price, what do you need? It's really bizarre. There's no doubt. Well, listen, folks. We do have we're going to program you tomorrow. We're opened January 2nd, so we're going to program then. But if you do happen to be traveling, for the new year, please be safe. No drinking and driving. Remember, take a cab. And folks, when you're going out New Year's Eve night, what you have to do, if you're going to be drinking, which plenty of people are going to be drinking, you got to just not take your car. That's the essence of not drinking and driving. You just got to need that discipline. You can say it, but guess what? If you don't have your car, you're not going to do it. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there. We're going to be coming right back. Dow Industrials down 48. Nasdaq off 28. S&P's they just smashed that little baby down 11. We're going to be right back. Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. So everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks, and let's make it a great 2015. 2015, it's hard to believe. 2015. This quote is by Marlo Giacadando. Be strong. Go with your heart and believe in miracles, because anything can, and I'm going to add, and will happen. It's a beautiful thing. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 55, Nasdaq down 29, S&P's off 10, gold contract up 19 at $16.90. Gold had wide price spread, accelerated volume. You're at $11.98, folks. Gold's going to be running up to that $13.50 area. Silver up 50 cents, trading out at $16.28. Silver's going to need more sign of strength. Gold's ahead of it at this particular point. Silver had a good day, though. Platinum up 14 bucks at $1,216 an ounce. You got copper up 3 pennies at $2.85 a pound. Light sweet crude flat at $53.64. Light sweet crude, folks. You know what? This baby wants to get down to, I think, $35. This is going to be like so strange. It's going to be insane. That's where it's into the top of the bar, from 2008. It's in there about $1.50 right now. It looks to me that, guess what? This thing is going to go south in a big way, and it looks to me like it's going to be staying. I don't expect what's going to stay down to $35. It wants to go test that area. What that area is, by the way, is this. It's the swing low of 2008 where we do have monster volume. Bond market. You have the 10-year up 6 ticks at 126.18. Bottom line, guess what? That little baby wants to go higher price, lower yield. 30-year up 9 ticks at 144.09. And King Dollar down 221 ticks at 90.27. And, you know, no matter what good old King Dollar wants to do, meaning specifically it looks like it wants to test the highs of 2005. That's 92.53 on the continuous contract. I suspect that's all she's going to write. The reason being, folks, is that gold, XAU, HUI, gold equities, they basically have not backed down with King Dollar up at highs, with King Dollar even pushing higher today and then giving it up. It looks to me like King Dollar more than likely is going to, number one, have a pullback. But number two, the more I'm looking at even the euro, the euro has gone straight down for 8 months. What does that do? The market, the stock market in Europe is weak, number one, is getting weaker. Draghi, this is on a fundamental basis now. Well, technically basis, it's weak. Fundamentally, what you have is Draghi, bottom line, is all talk, no action. I expect what it looks to me that's going to come out of nowhere is more than likely you're going to have intervention by our own Treasury Department inside the dollar. Why? Because the strength of the dollar will put fiscal chaos in Europe, has put it in Europe, but our own large corporations will be behind it because our large corporations, with a strong dollar, will lose a lot of money. Let's go to Rick in Reno. Hey, Rick, what's going on?
Tom, how are you?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
Yeah, pretty good. Not bad.
Good.
I'm up a little bit on a position, but nothing to, nothing to write home about.
Okay.
Here's the deal. I get TFNN on an e-signal app. So I've been watching you guys for about 4 months.
Okay.
And I really like it. I do check in. I don't check out. It's like...
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us.
I'm growling and prowling. I've been toying with when e-signal is up for me, renewing it with the TAS market profiler, John Logan's thing.
Sure.
But here's the reason why I called, since it's the end of the year.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone has ever thanked you or whoever is responsible for the music during your 6 minute, 5-6 minute segments in between shows. It's great stuff.
Well, you know it's so great, and the producer's right here, okay, and this producer, right, folks, we have 2 outstanding producers, and one of them happens to not only produce good music, but he has a show on Saturday, okay. Now check this out, folks, okay. Send me send me that website because this guy, his name is Steve Z, right? And he plays, I get some great pictures of him. He's a disco king. He's John Travolta reincarnated, okay? Except he has blonde hair. And so it's Dance Groove. 1 second. It's DanceGrooveRadio.com, right? And what time is the show on Saturday, Steve? It's on 3 to 6 on Saturday, okay? So this is all over the world, folks, okay? You got to listen to the show. I'll tell you what. So check this out. So for all of us, Rick, you're a trader. We're all traders out here, right? And so what happens is that this is pretty funny. Because what happens, of course, is that during the week, each one of us that would know each other pretty good, we would be texting each other in the morning, whether it's 5 o'clock in the morning or when the futures open up Sunday night, right? Well, what happens on Saturday, though, is pretty cool. I could be driving my car somewhere, right? And all of a sudden, I'll get a text from Andy Hecht, right, saying, man, I can't believe this. Steve Z, he's great, right? And it's hilarious, right? Because it's like Saturday, folks, if you're a trader, is the only day that you can kind of think. So I'm getting a text, I'm saying to myself, I'm looking, I'm saying, oh, man, what's going on? Anyway, we're all going to Dance Groove, radio.com. But listen, man, we appreciate it. But when you listen to this, bro, you're not going to believe how great it is, man. It's awesome.
I'll tell you why I like it so much. Here's a little bit of a story.
Yeah.
Back in the 60s,
yeah,
one of the first discos in America was a club called Trudy Heller's on 6th Avenue and 9th Street. And I was dancing and shaking my buns at about 17 years old, 18.
Okay.
My job was to get them up and get them motivated to dance.
Yeah.
Kind of like pre-Chippendales.
That is so cool. Oh, my God. And is that New York you're talking?
Yeah, New York City.
New York City. Okay, cool. Okay. I love it.
I was moving and grooving. But while I got you on the line, take a look at BLDP.
BLB.
BLDP.
Okay.
Ballad Power.
Oh, yeah. Okay, one second. BL.
D.
B as in boy. D as in David. D as in David.
Boy, Larry, David, Peter.
Okay, awesome. I got it. I haven't seen this one for a long time, man. Okay, so Ballard Systems. They design, develop, manufacture hydrogen fuel cells. So the low's 147 for the year. The high's 839.
Correct.
I see what you got. Okay, let's take a look. So let's bring this back. So you just had a sign of strength 2 days ago.
Yes, it did.
And you got a high volume spike up at 838. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. Okay, I see. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, you look like you already read The Art of Time in the Trade, man. This is a classic Art of Time in the Trade, you know. I know you haven't, but this is a classic, and what you have is this. So check it out. If you go back to January of this year, folks, 176 to 270, you had volume there of 51 million. The stock goes parabolic and goes up to $8. We just tested that, and we tested that with 4.3 million versus 51 million. Man, I'm glad you're calling. Okay, we get action here. Yeah, this is action, man. This is a personality stock. I know this stock. Let me pull this back. I know this stock from like 20 years ago, I think. Yeah, there it is. Oh my God, that's sick. So 20 years ago, folks, this stock was $144. I knew this stock. My God, that's 18 years ago. That's sick. It is sick. That is sick. Hey, this is a beautiful thing, man. We got action.
Yep, we do.
No, this is a good pick, man. I think you get action here, man. You're at $2, and this wants to go test 275, man. I mean, and you got game at 442. Looking. Hey, listen, man, thank you so much for the call, and thanks for the stock, man. I think we're going to get some action here.
I'm hoping we do.
Yeah, so don't forget, dancegrooveradio.com.
I already wrote that down.
3 to 6, Saturday, Eastern Standard Time. Okay, man.
Hey, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, man. Stay right there. I'm man Andy Hex coming back, folks.
See, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock in option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Check out the new look of Tiger TV. Now you can see all hosts, charts, and computer screens live in high definition. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Thinkorswim, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV. Now, crystal clear in high definition, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't seen the new look of Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials finished down 55, NASDAQ off 29, S&P's off 10. And as we do each and every Tuesday, let's go to our man, Mr. Andy Hecht. And don't forget, folks, every Tuesday, Thursday, 5 to 6 Eastern Standard Time. Andy has an outstanding show right here at TFNN. Also has a great newsletter. You can test drive this newsletter absolutely free. The way you do it, go to TFNN, go to newsletters, trading newsletters. You see the Technomental Commodity Report right there. You can test drive it 30 days absolutely free. And don't forget, you know, as you kick into 2015, if you haven't listened to TFNN yet on your cell phone, do it. Okay? It's absolutely awesome. Okay? You can bring us anywhere. Yeah, we want you to bring us anywhere. So Hotel California, once you check in, you can't check out. You don't have to listen to us all day. Just 24 hours a day. I'm only kidding. Anyway, on your cell phone, TFNN.mobi gets you all the audio. If you want to get the video with the audio, we have a great HD TV going on all day. The way you do it, just go to TFNN.com. You'll see the TV on the right-hand side. Hit that. You get the TV, the audio, the visual, the whole ball of wax. Andy Hecht, what's going on?
How you doing there, Tom? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, man. Let's make it a great one.
Absolutely. I was glad to hear a little plug for Steve, the Z-Man.
I know. I had to tell him that story because the day that you were texting me, you know, I'm in my car. I'm down in St. Pete hunting real estate. And, oh, you're up there. Hey, what's going on, man?
Well, funny, and I'm usually Saturday. I'm writing articles, and I'm bouncing around in my chair to the music that Steve plays. It's always
know. It's great, isn't it, man? It absolutely is great.
It is. Hey, so a couple of things. First of all, I heard what you said about gold, and I totally agree. I think this thing is acting pretty well.
It's, you know, I'm telling you, you know, it's blowing my mind, actually. Well, it's been blowing my mind, folks, is that with the dollar at the highs, gold hasn't been going anywhere, but it hasn't get croaked either. And, when you trade gold, they can croak gold in a second, okay? I mean, gold get out $50 like in a heartbeat.
Absolutely. And you know what? There's so many things going on in the world that can really ignite it. Middle East, Central, and you talked in the first hour about the potential for central bank intervention in the dollar.
Right.
And that would certainly get gold going. And what's going on in Greece, what's going on in Russia.
Exactly. And we haven't seen that. We haven't seen true intervention in a long time. I mean, the last intervention you had, folks, was, in Japan. I mean, they're, in the middle of that, and that's why the yen's going to get a lot weaker, okay?
Absolutely.
But I can, and it's funny. It's funny how your mind works. Like, I was looking, I'm saying to myself, I wasn't thinking about this a couple of weeks ago. I felt I wanted to pull back technically. Then I really just kept looking at that euro. I'm saying to myself, you know what? They're not going to put up with this any longer, man. Because you're talking about a huge amount of countries, okay, that could be in tough shape, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, by the way, I read an article this morning that was on Bloomberg. Very interesting. Did you see this thing about the currency cartel?
You know what? I didn't read that one. No, about that.
Oh my God!
Okay.
Check it out, Tom. It's an article about how J.P. Morgan, Citigroup, UBS, and Barclays have a little kind of had a cartel in currencies, and they were telling British Petroleum about where stops were and big orders and all kinds of things, and oh my God, such prearranged trading stuff.
Such
really
corruption. Pure corruption.
God, unbelievable. I was like reading it and saying, oh my God, this is just such bad press for this market, for the foreign exchange market, certainly.
Well, you know what the thing is crazy? And folks, okay, the bottom line is that when you look at the financial debacle that we were in 2007, 2008, if you have someone sticking up for banks, right, do your homework, okay? Because the banks, bottom line, knew exactly what they were doing. They knew they were pushing paper out that was no good. If you read the article in the Wall Street Journal today about what Morgan Stanley was doing with one of the largest subprime lenders out there, it's disgusting, okay? And, of course, they're going to fight it, okay? But the bottom line is that, when you're watching this, all these pros have Bloomberg like I do. You saw the loans going south on a continual basis. Don't believe for a second that the banks didn't know they were pushing out a bunch of crap, because they were. And, then they got saved. And then, I heard Jeremy Siegel today on CNBC. So Jeremy Siegel's on there, CNBC today, and he's defending the banks. And he's saying, well, no one realizes that the banks have paid back more money. It's like, big deal. Folks, if you're in business and you get bailed out and you can stay alive, you're always going to make money. That's how it works, right? I mean, the only time people go out of business is that when you get a downdraft and you go out of, you don't have a cash flow and you're out of business. I mean, if you make it through the bad times, if you have a decent business plan, you're going to be in business.
Right.
There's plenty of businesses that have gone out of business in a downdraft, and they can still be profitable, but guess what? Someone else probably didn't pay their bills,
Yeah. Yep. Hey, let's talk a little bit about copper here, because that's had an interesting week. We had a repeat of what we had on December 1st, Sunday night. They pushed copper down to a new low. I think it got down to around 275 and change.
Yes.
And then they rallied it back hard. It's about 10 cents higher here. But there's a lot of things going on in copper that's interesting here. Remember we've talked about what BHP and Rio Tinto did in iron ore to increase market share by kind of flooding the market.
Yes.
Now it looks like BHP and Rio Tinto and Glencore might be trying to do the same thing in copper. And get the higher cost producers out of the market. Try to push the price down here. Technically, I know that the market looks like it made a nice little bottom here, but I'm a little bit worried fundamentally that some of these big producers might try to really lean into this copper market come the new year. Major support lies at 272, and all we've done all year is make lower highs and lower lows.
Right. No.
So, if you could take a look at the chart, tell me what you think of the technical status of copper here.
I think that, what it did first is this. I'm waiting for a sign of strength, okay? There's no doubt yesterday it goes down with 36,000 contracts versus 98,000. And that's saying that, okay, it tested the low, has lighter volume, we got action. Today you had 32,000 contracts. If it can do 50,000 the next few days and wide price spread, then you get action, man. Then I'd buy the next retracement. That's how I'd do that.
It's going to be very interesting because what they're doing one hell of a job in iron ore, just pushing this thing down and pushing the high-cost producers out of the market. And look, OPEC's trying to do it in oil. It seems like it's trying to be done in a lot of commodities, and copper makes sense to try to do it as well. And if they do, listen, if this thing breaks 272, there's not a lot. The copper chart looks a lot like the oil chart to me before we really broke down after the OPEC meeting.
Well, I'm sure you probably heard what I said about oil. This is going to be bizarre if we actually get to that price point, because
exactly. But Tom, like on copper, and I agree with you, it will be bizarre. But on copper, below 272, the next stop is 1 1/4.
Yeah. Well, listen, if you pull it back, remember how long it traded there? I remember.
80 cents to $1. That's what it was.
Exactly. That was a normal.
Just traded 80 cents to $1.
It was a normal deal, man. Right.
Exactly. And now we traded up to $4, and people got used to these higher prices. Very interesting market here. 2015 is gonna tell us a lot about a lot of these markets.
How about you stay right there, right?
Sure.
Awesome.
Sure.
Andy Hick, Tom O'Brien. Don't forget, folks, as soon as I'm finishing up here, Andy's going to come up and growl and prowl at you for the next hour. Dow Industrials right now, they finished down 55. NASDAQ off 29. S&P's off 10. Going to be right back, folks.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders, take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days, unconditionally, so there's no risk to you, other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments. And whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We got our man, Mr. Andy Heck, with us. And don't forget, every Tuesday, Thursday, 5 to 6 Eastern Standard Time, you can listen to Andy right on your cell phone, TFNN.MOBI. You can also test drive his newsletter. It's an outstanding newsletter, folks. Goes out each and every week. Test drive it right here at TFNN. Go to newsletters, go to trading newsletters, and you're going to see the Technomento Commodity Report. Test drive it 30 days, absolutely free. You know, when we take a look at natural gas, so what are we thinking here in natural gas?
Oh, well, you know, I've been wrong on that one. It's come down real hard, and what I'm doing here is I'm putting a time stop on my positions.
Okay.
And that time stop is Valentine's Day, February 14th. I'll sell my positions out, you know, if they're positive or negative. It's kind of a winter trade here. I bought it scaled down. I have a decent average, but I'm looking at the gap on the chart up to around the 350 level or so. And I think it's winter. It's going to get cold. It's cold here.
You're going to get, well, I heard you're going to have a little snow flurries in Vegas, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Tom, every night for the last 7 days, the temperature dips down to 28, 29 degrees. It's cold here.
Well, check this out. This is pretty cool because for all you folks in Boston, you have just ramped up the electric by double. I don't know if it's just electric, but it came across the Bloomberg a few minutes ago, Andy, that the energy use in Boston right now because of this cold spell coming in has just doubled. So
yeah, makes sense. Listen, natural gas is a weather trade here. No question about it. It's come down hard. We had a very warm Christmas. And quite frankly, I think that there's pressure on the market today because the EIA is going to put out their weekly statistics tomorrow. Okay. And those statistics are going to reflect what happened last week. And there wasn't a lot of demand for heating last week.
Sure.
So I think maybe we're getting the last gasp here of selling. But like I said, for me, it's a time stop. Another market that seems to be breaking down here, Tom, is coffee.
Okay.
Very interesting. You know, coffee, you can count on one hand how many commodities are up this year, basically. There ain't many. Coffee is one of them. We started about $1.16 last year. On New Year's Day, we dipped down to $1, and then we exploded up to $2.20 a pound. Today, coffee broke below 166. Now, there's some wet weather in Brazil.
Yes.
Which, you know, coffee rallied because of the drought in Brazil. I think there is still some damage to the coffee plants. So I think, maybe it's going to start to look like a scale down buy pretty soon. But that market has gone straight south from $2.20. Now we're at $1.64.5 a pound.
Yeah, it's amazing with a little bit of weather can do, growing weather can do, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and with a lot of these commodities, things like soybeans now, and you have to keep your eyes on the weather in South America if you're going to trade these markets, because that's what's going to affect them through our winter, their summer, their growing season.
You know what I was reading yesterday, and check this out, folks. This is pretty cool. In Texas, right? Texas is now a large grower, well, not worldwide, but a large grower of olives. And
oh yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, and it was just really cool here, folks. Check this out. So, you know, of course, we think Texas is always oil, but the bottom line is that olive trees they're pushing out a lot of olive oil, which is really cool, man.
Right. Absolutely, olive oil is worth a lot more than crude oil.
Oh man, that's pretty intense.
That's for sure. That spread that intercommodity spread is widening big time.
It is. Hey, so yeah, what's going on with the forward months in oil?
Still in contango.
Okay.
So, for example, if I look out, let me just take a look at my charts here. If I look out to February 2017, it's trading at 65.57. So, like about almost $11.75 higher than the nearby.
Yeah.
Contango.
Right.
So that's why a lot of these shipping companies are going to do well.
No, I know.
The ones that are tanker companies, you know, they're going to, because there's a direct correlation, 100% correlation between the width of the contango and the amount that these companies can charge as a daily shipping rate.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And storage rate. So they're going to make more money.
No doubt.
Companies like North American Tanker, I mean, that thing was in the toilet for a long time. Now I think it's up around $10.
There's no doubt. The tankers themselves, they're getting some movement. Yeah, that just went from $7 to $10.50. Yeah, right.
Right, exactly, and it's all based on this oil contango and the demand for shipping oil. And I would imagine that super tankers are just steaming towards China, because China is the place where they can take big advantage of this. They can put oil in storage and just sit on it. They can even hedge it up. And just take advantage of having the physical. The most important thing for an economy like China is owning the physical and having access to the physical.
Yeah.
And they don't want to get caught in any kind of supply shortage. We have to remember, even if oil does go down to that $32 level, I mean, I think that volatility is going to pick up big the lower it goes.
Oh, sure.
Because oil can become so much more dependent and so much more sensitive to things in the Middle East. And anyone out there who thinks that things in the Middle East are going to calm down in 2015, I think they got another thing coming to them.
Oh, listen, man, life has got less precious. There's no doubt about that, man. And that's really a drag, but it absolutely has, in the world. There's no doubt about that, man.
It's a frightening world, but the oil comes from that area of the world, and certainly they pick up a lot more market share at the lower prices because they're the low-cost producers. So when you do have, next time we have some kind of attack on a refinery by ISIS or someone like that out there, you're going to see it in the oil price much more than you did when oil was $100 a barrel.
Right, which makes sense. Well, listen, man, we appreciate you growling and plowing with us, of course. Let's see. Oh, so, hey, this is a last show of 2014.
That's right. And a happy and a healthy and prosperous New Year. And be careful out there on New Year's Eve and enjoy the evening and the day, and all the best for 2015.
You too, Andy. Thank you so much for all the help, and we really appreciate it, man.
Looking forward to 2015.
Big time. Well, we look forward to listening to you in 20 minutes.
I'll be right there.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Let's go to Ray in Tarpon Springs. Hey, Ray, what's going on?
Hey, Tom. Hope you had a great holiday.
I did, thank you. No doubt. Looking forward to a great 2015.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Hey, Tom, I'm looking at Bitcoin, and I don't think you've ever analyzed Bitcoin as far as a chart is concerned and the best buy point on this. I think it's got to be considered a commodity just like gold or silver.
I got to figure out how to pull a chart up in Bitcoin, but I can tell you this.
BTC/USA.
What does it? Say it again?
BTC/US.
Okay, let me BTC. Okay, B. Yeah, I can't get it. It's for what I have, that is not pulling it up. What are they going for right now?
It's around $300.
Yeah, see, that's a. I haven't bought any yet, but I can tell you, I'm close to it because as to the aspect of digital currency, I think it's probably real. You know, that's where my head's going with this deal.
Yeah, but since it's gone all the way from 12 or 11 and change all the way down to 300 here now, you know, when do you step in? People were buying it at 25 cents. Obviously, we didn't.
I'm with you. And that's it's not one of the main reasons I haven't bought it. I just haven't bought it because I haven't had time to actually pull it up. The way that the way my head's working right now is that I wouldn't be looking at Bitcoin like I looked at gold when we were buying gold hand over fist, or how I've been buying it lately, okay? Because what you don't have there, you don't have a track record, you know, but to put a few grand into it wouldn't be bad. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I'd probably, I'll tell you what, when I buy some, I'll tell you, and it will probably be soon, you know, because the last time I looked it was 340 or something, and 300 is like, okay, hey,
yeah,
you buy
310.97 is the quote right now, down 9 cents of a percent on the day.
Yeah, I mean, bottom line is that if you have disposable income that you can lose, well, that's, you know, maybe.
I don't want to speculate too much. I just want to.
Well, if you don't want to speculate, don't buy anything with Bitcoin.
Yeah, well, too much is the operative word there.
But Bitcoin absolutely is pure speculation. It is, you know, I mean, it really is. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but on the other side of it, we're going in a digital world. Everything is digital now, folks, okay? Right. That's where we're going with this deal. Whether you like, you know, or don't like it, that's where this world is going. And it's going there very quickly. Let me tell you something. The generations coming down, meaning the young generations right now, they're not going to know any difference, man. You know, they're just not.
Hey, Tom, I wish you and all your family and all the Tiger team the best of 2015.
And you also, man. We appreciate you growling a problem with us out here, Ray. Thanks so much, man.
Have a good one. Be good.
Okay. You stay right there, folks. We're going to be coming right back.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Each and every time that the dollar ticks higher, S&P wants higher price. Each and every time that the dollar's ticking lower, guess what? S&P wants lower price. Dollar, the metals, and the S&P are going tick or tick.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. Join Andy Hecht as he shows you how to make money in commodities. The Commodities Hour, next on TFNN.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. And folks, we were talking about the metal market, the gold market in particular out here. And so check this out. Whether they're listening to the first hour, and Andy and I were talking. Okay, I think gold's going a lot higher. But this is another indicator that gold is going higher, will go higher, and the contrarian deal on this, okay, of course, is that when things get smoked, no one buys them. When they're at highs, everyone buys them and they lose money. So gold's lackluster, this is an article I'm going to read on Bloomberg, just came across the tape. Gold's lackluster performance is turning off gold buyers, with sales at the U.S. Mint heading for their biggest annual drop in 8 years. Purchase of American Eagle gold coins reached 524,500 ounces in 2014, down 39% from 2013. In December, so check this out, this is pretty intense. December of this year, they fell 70%. Okay? Now, if you bring up the gold contract, and this is what just is amazing to me about it, is that when you go look at December, okay, in December, you're talking about gold trading as low as 11.5 1141. You're talking a high of 1238, and you're back down to 1170. Bottom line, if we bring this contract up, what you're going to see, and this is just the amazing part about any type of investment, it seems to always work this way, which is just a mind blow, but it's like how crazy it is. When we take a look at this, you know, gold hasn't traded this low since 2010, okay? When gold was up at the 1,500 to 1,900 area, everyone wanted to buy gold. Now, that being said, what also happens is this, is that if you basically listen to us, either every day, every other day, you know that, bottom line is that we were calling in for the premiums. And when gold, even yesterday, when gold was, trading down there at 1150, 1170, the bottom line is that you couldn't buy gold at that price without a huge premium, meaning a $65 premium. It's important to understand, Andy Heck talks a lot about owning the physical commodities. That's important to understand inside all the commodity markets, especially inside the gold market, because what happens is this, is that when gold is priced in the futures market, you're always going to pay a premium for coins, period, okay? Bars, you don't. Bars are bars, that's it, you're paying what it costs. But inside the coin market, you're paying a premium. When gold is at lows, and I've done this for, well, we've been doing the gold report for 12 and a half years now. We were buying and selling, large amounts of gold for quite a while. And what was always intriguing to me, you could tell when you were getting close to bottoms, because what would end up happening is what? The supply would dry up. That the future market would go down, but guess what? No one would sell gold. Well, what ends up happening when no one's selling anything? Well, guess what? There's no supply. What was the second thing that happened? The second thing that happened is that the premiums went up dramatically. Why did the premiums go up? The premiums went up, folks, because your risk went up dramatically, meaning if you were dealing gold, you couldn't get the product, so you had to get more money for it. So in the context that, I bet if we called up right now, the premium is still like $65. So even though gold's trading at $1,200, guess what? You probably can't buy it. And when we say $65, that's one of the best brokers probably in the country. They probably have premiums out there of Eagles of $75, $80, $90. What does that mean? That means, number one, there's more demand than supply. Okay, now that's at lows. What happens is that when you get up to higher prices, when the gold market was trading up there, and this happened as soon as really gold started hitting about 1750, 1800. When it started hitting up at those prices, what you had, some days there was a premium of only $10 to $15. Some days there was zero premium. And the coins, why? Because at that particular price, you had more sellers than buyers, okay? So if you want to really wrap your head around this a little bit, a nice way to do it, if you happen to be in that market, nice way to do it, call a couple deals up, find out what the premiums are. That'll help you dramatically in the context of where we are. Now, that's the gold market. The silver market, has not been as strong as gold. In fact, silver right now needs wider price spread accelerated volume. The thing that's wild about that same article that I was just reading for you is that there were more silver coins sold this year than ever, okay, which is not great for the silver market. And that's off the U.S. Mint. And that's, I found that part really unusual, actually. And what that part may be is that there's probably plenty of people that basically, silver's always been more speculative, but what also has happened is that there's plenty of people that didn't get the run-up, the first run-up in gold. I suspect that at this particular point, maybe silver, they think that's the run, and it's less expensive. The math behind that, folks, goes, and I'm sure you know it. The bottom line is that percentage-wise, you want to buy the strongest deal. And right now, the strongest deal is not necessarily gold. The strongest deal, if you're still making an investment, gold's traded at $1,200, platinum's traded at $1,217. Buy platinum coins. Platinum coins, they're hard to get, number one, but the premium's probably $100, but that would still be the way to go, because if you do look at platinum, platinum can trade. Platinum will trade once this gets going, and I expect you're going to see gold, silver, and platinum move higher in the next couple of weeks, platinum will expand dramatically and get a lot more expensive than gold because it's a lot harder to mine. It's a lot harder to get out of the ore. What ends up happening, platinum, folks, is really hard to get out of the rock. And platinum is used to take poison out of the air in the whole car business, okay? So gold isn't used for anything except for storage of value, great insurance policy, jewelry. Jewelry is the biggest user of gold. Platinum is used on a continual basis on the converters to basically take the poison out of the air. It's used in big plants, electric plants, to do the same thing. It's harder to get. So that would, when you don't only have a premium of $17 versus gold, that's the way you want to go. Don't forget, folks, at TFNN, we broadcast 10 hours every trading day, live, 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm in. Mr. John Logan kicks us off. 6 o'clock in the afternoon. You can get all of that programming right on your cell phone, TFNN.mobi. And if you want Tiger TV, that Tiger TV, folks, you get all the charts, you get the whole ball of wax, mini charts, videos, audio. Just go to TFNN.com. You stay right there. I'm Mr. Andy Heck's going to be coming up next with the Technometo Commodity Report. He has a great newsletter. And always remember, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Thanks for being here, folks. Have a great night, safe night. Look forward to speaking out right here tomorrow. Go get them, folks.